Everybody, late Sunday night here, the Giants are headed to Arizona. And let me tell you something about that final trip to Arizona every year. Something always happens. This is where a couple years ago it kind of started to spiral for Gabe Kapler. Things started to leak, stories started to be written. Last year, Farhan Zaidi met with reporters at Chase Field for really no reason. I don't think we never really quite figured it out. I think he knew what was coming down, and it was a little bit strange. We thought maybe there was gonna be big news. Ended up being a couple weeks later. Anyway, something always happens in Arizona, and something will happen in Arizona this week as well. Bryce Eldridge got called up on Sunday. He will join the Giants in Phoenix. He will be with them for this road trip. He is about 5 weeks from his 21st birthday and will make his Major League Baseball debut. So, big news, good news this time. Nothing weird this time, just the Giants' top prospect getting the call. Before I kind of break that down here and give you my thoughts, wanted to plug full Giants talk coming on Monday morning. We will break all of this down. Also, if you missed it, August 28th, Bryce was on Giants Talk for almost half an hour. That show is airing on our station right now. We've been airing that all month. We will continue to air that all month, especially now that Bryce has been called up. We will use that, obviously. But also, if you want to go back and listen to that, I went back to the beginning with him when he fell in love with baseball, his first home run, his path to the big leagues, which now has put him here. So I enjoyed doing that interview. I hope you guys go back and listen to that and get to know Bryce a little bit before he debuts. But yeah, why now? Well, first of all, it was a horrible offensive weekend against the Dodgers. I think the lack of pitching hid that a little bit. Patrick Bailey's grand slam hid that a little bit, but not a great showing for them at the plate. They lose Dom Smith. Dom is going to be out at least a couple weeks. He is hopeful to beat the time frame, but their expectation is he's going to be out the rest of the regular season. So you're looking for a jolt here in September, and here comes the top prospect, someone who has 25 homers in the minors this year, 18 homers in AAA, has just continued to impress everyone around him at the plate. And the thing with him has been working on defense, working on some little things. He is susceptible sometimes at the bottom of the zone, but right now for the Giants, he is the best option and a way to get a little bit of jolt here after a weekend where they failed to capitalize and they failed to make up more ground, and they really felt good. Bob Melvin said it today. I mean, you look at what happened Friday, and then they go out and score 4 runs off Kershaw right away on Saturday, and then it was basically nothing. They got steamrolled the rest of the weekend, and it is desperate times right now. And I'm not saying this is desperate measures, but I think the front office looks and goes, he is the best option right now. He is the best way, not just to bring a little bit more energy to a group that they don't need energy right now. They have plenty of it. They've been winning a lot of games. They have Drew Gilbert, obviously, but just a little bit extra here for the final couple weeks. And obviously, offensively, I think that's the main thing. I mean, he is a dangerous hitter. And, they've been very hesitant. And Buster has said that at the trade deadline. He said that to me and Laura Britt after the trade deadline. I think he has used the phrase cold water. Like he's been very hesitant here to make this move. But I think they look at the roster need right now. And beyond that, I think they look at really a nice landing spot for him. I mean, personally, I would have been great to see him debut at home. But if you're talking about a nice runway here for him to get going, 7 game road trip, Chase Field is a hell of a place to hit. So wouldn't be shocked over the next 3 games if he gets that first homer out of the way. It's just a really, really good place to hit for power hitters. But beyond that, they are likely to see 5 right-handed pitchers in 7 days on this road trip. And it's a season-defining road trip for them. I mean, they have to stay afloat, I think, especially next weekend in Los Angeles. And you saw what they just did against Yamamoto. You saw what they did against Tyler Glasnow. They're going to see those guys again next weekend. And so a nice runway for Bryce here. He should get 5, 6 starts this week potentially, and a chance to really hit the ground running. They did not want him to ever come up here and sit, and that was part of the concern. And Dom was so good, and Rafael Devers got added, and they still like Wilmer, and they kind of looked around, and there was no easy avenue. But the hamstring injury, I think, has opened the door here, and now a real chance for Bryce to play every day for the next couple weeks, and especially in some huge games. And I will say about him, I think you can go listen to that interview and you'll hear this from him, but I've known him for a few years now. I met him when he got drafted. I've done some long interviews with him. He's never given off the impression that he is someone who will in any way be bothered by the moment that's ahead of him. I think that's one of the things that is going to make him really good is he wants these moments. I think he's been itching to be part of this race. he's been really good this year in late moments, late and close situations, runners in scoring position. He wants those at bats, and that is something he told me a couple weeks ago when I sat down with him. It's part of that interview. He said, "There's no part of me that doesn't want that situation." So I think the Giants aren't worried about how he will handle this. It was always about fit. It was always about doing what is right for him. And I think they've arrived at that point right now, and it's an exciting time. He's all of a sudden in the middle of a playoff race. He might all of a sudden be in the playoffs is a 20-year-old. It's a little complicated roster wise, but essentially because he was in the organization at the end of August, the Giants can add him to their postseason roster. There's some things that have to be done, but this is paperwork essentially. So they'll figure that out if they get there. But right now, hoping that Bryce can help them get there. Yeah, we'll have a full breakdown on Giants talk. I am hosting the pre and post game show on Monday and Tuesday. All of a sudden now we have a lot to talk about, a lot to watch. NBC Sports Bay Area obviously has those games. We have the whole week. Um, so a lot of chances to watch Bryce Eldridge now in the big leagues.